She was rather a lucky winner at Bath, you may have seen last Saturday. She caught up the odds-on favourite in the last few strides. Here's a show of betting.
And Over Trump and Durham Place have gone joint favourites 7-2. Seafalcon 4-1. Kieseritsky is 11-2. Miami Court 13-2. Albany Lad 12s, and it's 20-1 bar.
Nina Tash and Over Trump had two more to go in. Over Trump went well clear of Seafalcon at Lingfield, but Seafalcon was catching him with every stride at the finish. It'll be interesting to see what happens over this tougher course. Nina Tash says, I don't think I fancy this very much. Miami count 6-1, but in she goes. Here's Peter O'Sullivan.
Thank you, John. Yes, that's it. They're all installed for the Windsor Castle. And they're away. Miami Count in the centre breaks fast. And towards the right, Albany Lad. And it's Albany Lad from Miami Count. Kieseritsky on the far side with well up there Seafalcon in the early stages. Albany Lad from Miami Count, though. Albany Lad towards the right of the picture. Miami Count with the sheepskin noseband. Over Trump improving over on the far left. Miami Count in the center. Albany Lad to the right. Over Trump on the left. These three as they race down to the 2 furlong pole. Albany Lad, Miami Count, Over Trump. They're being chased by Kieseritsky over on the far side. Seafalcon trying to get on terms. And Durham Place not far behind the leaders and challenging now on the stand side. And it's Albany Lad, Miami Count, Seafalcon on the far side. Seafalcon taking a marginal advantage now from Durham Place challenging on the near side. Seafalcon and Durham Place as they race into the closing stages. Durham Place on the near side, Seafalcon on the far side. Going to be a photo between these two. Seafalcon has just won it from Durham Place. I think we'll find with third Miami Count. It's a photo between Seafalcon and Durham Place with Miami Count third, and in fact Bill Shoemaker last on Nina Tash. So the finisher on the far side, Seafalcon, the finisher on the near side, Durham Place. And the judge just announcing the horses concerned in the photograph in race card order. Number 5, Durham Place, number 1, Seafalcon, number 8, Seafalcon, rather. This is Seafalcon, I think we'll find has just about won. This son of Raga Navarro out of Frigate Bird by Seabird, written by Steve Cawthon. And if the number 8 is called, Steve will join Lester Piggott and Greville Starkey on the 2-winner mark, one behind Willie Carson. Let's see what you think as we review the closing stages with Julian Lewis.
Well, it was an open race in the market, and that's how it turned out. The early leader on the near side was Albany Lad in the green sleeves, just a weakening here. Coming under strong pressure is Durham Place on the right as we look at them. Tony Ives with his whip in his left hand. Just weakening in the centre is Miami Count. And coming through with a winning run on the far side is Seafalcon and Steve Cawthon, as Kieseritsky drops away and Over Trump drops away with the white sleeves there, having shown good early speed. Seafalcon definitely in front here, and Steve pulls his whip through to his left hand as the winner clearly hangs to the left. But it seems, although they've converged together, there wasn't any interference because Albany Lad was weakening before he was concertinaed out. Durham Place closing all the way to the line, but for me, Seafalcon's held on to win narrowly from Durham Place with Miami Count back in third.
Steve Cawthon, who won the Gold Cup yesterday on Gildoran, waiting to hear whether he's won the Windsor Castle Stakes for the second time. He won it in 1982. These are the colours that would have been carried by Manim Starr, who's been withdrawn on account of the ground from the Workingham. Seafalcon by Raga Navarro out of Frigate Bird. Cost 14,000 Irish punts as a yearling. Coming in behind Miami Count, Willie Carson. He's always in the fighting line in a bid to credit Michael Corns with his second Windsor Castle. He won it in 1977 with Target. Here comes the outcome. Winner number 8, Seafalcon. Second number 5, Durham Place. Third number 1, Miami Count. And fourth, number 3, Albany Lair. That's it. All installed under starter's orders for the Hardwick and running. And Kapoor, the first to show, Steve Cawthon, as they run downhill. Kapoor from Tracadie and Jupiter Island. And just in behind them, So Durant and Dazari. Cannon King on the outside of Flame of Tara. Kapoor from Tracadie. So Durant. Then Jupiter Island, Dazari, Cannon King and Flame of Tara. Just running down towards the 1 mile marker with Kapoor in the lead from Tracadie and So Durant, and Dazari going up on the outside of Jupiter Island, Cannon King and Flame of Tara. Dazari taking on Kapoor now and going on. And going a couple of lengths clear past the 7 furlong pole. Dazari in these blinkers for the first time from Kapoor. They've really been going a gallop throughout so far. So Durant is third, a little gap there to Tracadie, and then a further gap to Jupiter Island, and then Flame of Tara and Cannon King, and they're past the 6 marker and racing towards the 5 now. Still Dazari in the lead from Kapoor. So Durant and Bill Shoemaker. Tracadie, Willie Carson, then Lester Piggott on Jupiter Island, and then trying to make progress from the rear. Here's Flame of Tara with Cannon King up sides, and half a mile to run now in the Hardwick Stakes. Dazari still in the lead, being chased again by Kapoor, coming up on the outside to take it up now, and then comes So Durant, and getting very much closer is Jupiter Island, then Tracadie, and then Flame of Tara into the home straight. Kapoor in the lead from So Durant. Steve Cawthon from Billy Shoemaker. Then comes Lester on Jupiter Island, then Tracadie, then Dazari and Flame of Tara and Cannon King. They've got just over 2 furlongs to run in the Hardwick now, and it's Kapoor in the lead from So Durant. Between horses is Jupiter Island challenging, Tracadie on the right, and Flame of Tara trying to get on terms, coming down towards the furlong pole, and Jupiter Island and Lester Piggott take it up now from Kapoor over on the far side. So Durant and Tracadie next as they race into the closing stages. It's Jupiter Island with Kapoor fighting back on the far side. Tracadie third, and Kapoor fighting back as they come towards the line. Kapoor on the far side, Jupiter Island on the near side. Kapoor's getting the upper hand and he's got to win it and up the line. Kapoor is the winner, and second is Jupiter Island. A photo for third between So Durant and Tracadie, with Flame of Tara next, and then Cannon King, and Dazari in fact pulled up. And so the result of the Hardwick Stakes, first number 2, Kapoor, owned by Mr. G.J. Chittick, trained by Fulk Johnson Horton and ridden by Steve Cawthon. Second was number 7, Jupiter Island, owned by Mr. S.M. Threadwell and Mr. H.W. King, trained by Clive Britton and ridden by Lester Piggott. And third, a photo between number 10, So Durant, and number 11, Tracadie. So a double for Steve Cawthon, who now joins Lester Piggott at the top of the Ritz Club Charity Trophy after his triumph on Kapoor. Here's how he won it, with joint with Willie Carson, I should say. Here's how he won it, reviewed by Julian Wilson.
Well, watching this race, you couldn't believe that anyone would ever have questioned Kapoor's enthusiasm for racing. Here he is leading into the straight, having taken it again off Dazari, half a mile from home. But Lester Piggott's cruised up to him on the outside and looks sure to win here. So Durant's run a terrific race for Willie Shoemaker, and here comes Willie Carson on the outside on Tracadie. But here, Lester looks over his shoulder. He feels he's got Steve Cawthon and Kapoor well and truly beaten, changes his hands on Jupiter Island, is convinced there's no danger from the left, but goes for his whip now, and this is where I think Jupiter Island really starts to feel the fast ground. Kapoor, however, doesn't seem to mind what the ground is, and running on under Steve Cawthon, who's hit this marvellous purple patch in the last 24 hours, he battles back, and as Jupiter Island fails to struggle away, and Lester goes for everything now, with Steve Cawthon hardly even picking up his whip. He's just picked it up there and probably not even slapped him down the shoulder, just shown him, because remember that he has ducked under pressure before. He's probably just showing it. He goes away, drives to the front, and in the last 50 yards or so goes a length and a half clear. Great winning performance, a very close thing for third. So Durant might just have held it.
Kapoor by Arctic Turn out of the Zedon mare, Kera. bred by the Aga Khan. This 13-2 win up. And a very keen situation now in the Ritz Club Charity Trophy. Steve Cawthon and Willie Carson both on the 3 winners mark. Lester Piggott 2, Greville Starkey 2. And Steve and Willie to be opposed, of course, in the Kingstown Stakes later in the afternoon. And Willie rides Habibti and Steve Cawthon Pampas. And officially third there was Tracadie, with Soldier Ant fourth. So just to recapitulate the official result: first, number 2, Kapoor, owned by Mr. G.J. Chittick, trained by Fulk Johnson Horton and ridden by Steve Cawthon. Second was number 7, Jupiter Island, owned by Mr. S.M. Threadwell and Mr. H.W. King, trained by Clive Britton and ridden by Lester Piggott. And third was number 11, Tracadie, owned by Lady Beaverbrook, trained by Major Dick Hearn and ridden by Willie Carson. Fourth was number 10, Soldier Ant. The distance is 1.5 lengths and 1 length. Real gutsy performance by this grey. He was giving £3 to Jupiter Island. Steve Cawthon on the 43 winner mark now for the season, getting very near the head of the table. And that was number 15 for Fulk Johnson Horton. He had a very impressive winner earlier in the week with Baynoon. We're still, in fact, awaiting the SP of the third horse, but that in a 7-runner field are not exceptionally relevant. So here are the starting prices of the first 2.
First, number 2, Kapoor, 13-2. Second, number 7, Jupiter Island, 6-4 favourite. And third, number 11, Tracadie, which we've just heard is 100-30. First, Kapoor, 13-2. Second, Jupiter Island, 6-4 favourite. And third, Tracadie, 100-30. Jackpot number there was 202. And some of those prices take your breath away. Corypheus the favourite, 11-1. Ardrox Lad in picture now, 12-1. So is Milkheart, Petong, all 12-1. Deputy Head, Morse Pip, 14-1. Killycurra, 16s. Bernard Sunley, Dawn's Delight, Ferryman, Cathred, and Municipalist, 20-1, 25-1 bar.
Nick Adams still claims the £7 allowance, but he's had a fair bit of experience. What do you think of his riding, Jimmy?
I think he's very good, John. He's coming along really nicely. A good boy. He's ridden 3 winners so far this season. But interesting about Ardrox Lad is that he's by Roy Soleil, a horse that I won at the Royal Meeting here on a few years ago, was trained in France by Mick Bartholomew, and Roy Soleil was a very, very good horse when the ground was riding soft. Well, I wonder if he's put that into his son, because if he has, it's going to affect his chance today.
Ardrox Lad, 14-1. And there is number 40, One we haven't had a look at, Son of Raja, trained by James Bethel, only just got into the race because the horses below him in the weights were eliminated, because there's a maximum of 30 on this 6 furlong straight, though in fact overnight we've lost a couple of them, Manim Star and Cree Bay, owing to the state of the ground.
By Raja Barber, John, too, American bred right the way through, out of a mare by Iron Ruler. Raja Barber's not too much liked in England really, but Guy Harwood likes him. He's had one or two pretty smart Raja Barbers, but he stamps them very well. In fact, that quite a lot of the Raja Barbers look exactly like this, and he's well named Son of Raja. Running in blinkers, getting a little bit warm.
He came to Ascot 2 years ago, Jimmy, with a very big reputation. He showed a lot of speed in his early training days, but he hasn't quite fulfilled the promise. That's Ferryman with him. Bernard Sunley's 25 to 1 from 20 to 1. Ferryman, another old character, 8 years old, but keeps his form well, trained by David Ellsworth. And Ferryman's a winner of 9 races and was third at Epsom at the Derby meeting behind Sylvan Navarro. That was on Oaks Day. The 6 furlong race at Epsom run on the round course.
He's by All Forlorn River, John. He's a pretty good getter of sprinters. He's out of La Miranda, who was by Moralgo, so she must be quite an old mare now. But Ferryman is a horse that you wouldn't mind owning. He's consistent, as you say, John. He's won a lot of money through the years, and he doesn't really know how to run a bad race. Trained by David Ellsworth, who likes to bring off these big handicaps, and he's having a great run at the moment. He must have been a shade disappointed with Mighty Flutter here, though. Ferryman, in fact, is 20 to 1, John.
Yes, Mighty Flutter only beat 3 last night, Jimmy, in the last race. Obviously ran a long way below his Epsom form. Ferryman just going up towards the stalls. This is Shasta Sam with his back to us. Shasta Sam going in with the blindfold on. Priya Bajanska next to us, Kath Red. The one next to them is Killer Curra. Numismatist 18 to 1 from 20 to 1.
Well, although the start's very important here, John, they've got to keep these horses a little bit quiet, because if they're rocking the wrong way, it can cost them anything up to 3 or 4 lengths. The start, very important. 6 furlongs, they'll be going some lick. We've lost 2 track records, or I think 3 track records at the meeting. I wonder if the Wokinham's going to supply another. There's Numismatist with the red colours. Well, I think they're going to go in pretty quickly, so we'll have a quick look at the market, which is going to be a long one, I think, and then join Peter.
And Corypheus is 11 to 1. Milkhart and Peton 12s. Ardrox Lad and Deputy Head and Morse Pip with Killicara 14 to 1. Numismatist, there's a movement there for 18 to 1 Numismatist. Dawn's Delight, Ferryman and Catherine 20 to 1, 25 to 1 Bar.
That was Amarone who went in then. This is Doc Martin and Edward Hyde, number 5. Numismatist over on the far side, number 32. It's a Pleasure nearest to us. Corypheus 10 to 1 favourite from 11, 12 Bar. It's a Pleasure nearest to us, and young George Dickey only able to claim 5 of his 7-pound allowance, putting up 2-pound overweight. Numismatist going in on the very far side, due into stall number 30. It's a Pleasure nearest to us, and then it'll be Doc Martin. These, the last 2. It's a Pleasure. He's in. Now Doc Martin to go. The 28 installed for the Wokingham. Under orders and away, and Amarone breaks very fast in the centre from Dawn's Delight. Priya Bajenska on the stand side right up there, and also Son of Raja running very fast with them as well, and Shasta Sam in the centre of the course. And as they run down towards the 4 furlong marker. Preobrajenska on the stand side. Morse Pip there in the centre. Over on the far side with the sheepskin noseband, Amarone leading Ferryman. It's Morse Pip to the right, Amarone to the left. It's a Pleasure is just in behind them, the grey, and then Preobrajenska on the right of the picture. It's Amarone in the lead, though, from Morse Pip towards the right. Then comes Son of Raja over the rainbow, finishing well. Ardrox Lad over on the far side with Deputy Head, but Amarone is still making it. Amarone from Morse Pip, and then Patong putting in a good run with Ardrox Lad upsides. It's Amarone being chased by Patong now, the grey, and then Son of Raja on the stand side, but it's still Amarone as they race into the closing stages from Patong, who's come to challenge and take it up and running right across the course. But Patong has won it from Amarone second, and third Milk Heart with Lester Piggott lost his cap. Those are the 1, 2, 3. Deputy Head was fourth. Patong the winner. Amarone, Milk Heart, and Deputy Head are the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Wokingham. First, number 4, Patong, owned by Mr. T.G. Warner, trained by Michael Jarvis and written by Bruce Raymond. Second, number 16, Amarone, owned by Mr. Vijay Advani, trained by Rod Simpson and written by Simon Whitworth. And third, number 12, Milk Heart, owned by Elisha Holding, trained by Jeff Lewis and written by Lester Piggott. Fourth, for me, number 14, Deputy Head, but the judges called on a photo for fourth place. And he's announced those concerned. Number 14, 31, Corypheus, and 32, Numismatist. But this is the winner, Patong. That is only for fourth place. This is the winner. Patong by Man Singh out of Iridium. Ran clean off a true line inside the final furlong, but did not appear to hamper any other runner in the process. And I very much doubt if Bruce Raymond, his partner there, will have any anxious moments despite that swerve. So this is a feature to look for after Amarone had made so much of the running, as we review it with Julian Wilson.
Yes, Amarone made a marvellous attempt to make every yard of the running. That's him in the centre with the noseband there. Ardrox Lad towards the far side, and Patong just behind the leaders at this point. Preobrajenska right on the right, racing on her own. Morse Pip right up there with the leaders. At this point, Amarone is still 2.5 lengths clear and look to have a terrific chance of making all. But look at the grey behind. Bruce Raymond just starting his run, and on the inside of him is Milk Heart, who, just as Lester wants him to improve, finds that the horse in front of him has just come in cross of him. Patong just goes a little bit to the left there, pricks his ears as Bruce Raymond really picks him up with 150 yards to go. For a moment it looked as though he wasn't going to pick up, but look how Bruce pulls his stick through to his left hand, gives him a smack, and two things happen. He bursts forward, but he also burst forward to the right, but luckily was clear of all his opponents when he did so. It was a remarkable burst of speed, which has taken him from a length down to a length and a half in front. He's won it. Amarone is second. Third is Milk Heart, and the fourth is, well, it's a very close thing indeed, but it looks like Deputy Head on the far side.
Yes, as you say, Julian, it's very close for fourth between Deputy Head, Corypheus, and Numismatist. Deputy Head was the finisher on the far side. Numismatist and Corypheus nearest to us. This is the winner. Patong. Always running very strongly over the last two furlongs, and Amarone supporters who looked back would have spotted him. This grey running very powerfully indeed. Pretty useful sire, this Man Singh. And Deputy Head is confirmed as officially fourth. One length and the same, so just to recapitulate, the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1984 Wokingham. First, number 4, Patong, owned by Mr. T.G. Warner, trained by Michael Jarvis and written by Bruce Raymond. Second was number 16, Amarone, owned by Mr. Vijay Advani, trained by Rod Simpson, ridden by Simon Whitworth. Third was number 12, Milk Heart, owned by Elisha Holding, trained by Jeff Lewis and ridden by Lester Piggott. And fourth was number 14, Deputy Head, owned by Mr. P. Callard, trained by Jack Holt and ridden by Philip Ward.
And Habibti is 11-8 on now. Pretoria 7-1, Sikios 8-1, Riche 7-1, and also on 8-1 is Saif Al Arab, Anita's Prince 25s, Pampers 33-1, Yellow Domino and Spark Chief 50-1, Bull Bob, whom we've just been looking at, 66-1, Singing Sailor 100-1.
That's it, they're all installed. And they're away. And in the early stages, Sikios showing very good speed towards the right of the picture. Saif Al Arab in the center and Anita's Prince over on the far side. And it's Saif Al Arab, the early leader, from Anita's Prince on the far side, and Saif Al Arab being tracked by Bull Bob. And on the near side, it's Yellow Domino now from Sikios. Yellow Domino with the yellow hood towards the right of the picture. Over on the far side, Saif Al Arab still in the lead from Anita's Prince. Habibti is tracking Sikios in the center of the course. They're past the 2 furlong pole, and it's Saif Al Arab being pressed by Anita's Prince on the far side. Pampers is coming there strongly too. Riche is in contention. Here comes Habibti in the center of the course. Habibti's just overtaken Sikios, leaving Sikios for dead, and racing up the center of the course now to come and challenge Saif Al Arab and Anita's Prince. It's Anita's Prince on the far side, Habibti on the near side. Habibti putting in a storming finish. Anita's Prince with the advantage. They come to the line though, and at the line it's a photo finish with Anita's Prince has just held Habibti, I think. Anita's Prince and Habibti in a photo finish. Saif Al Arab was third. Lester Piggott looked across on Anita's Prince towards Willie Carson, looking at him as though he thought that he'd possibly just held him. It's very, very close indeed. Anita's Prince on the far side, ridden by Lester Piggott from stall number 11, and Habibti on the near side, ridden by Willie Carson from stall number 1. It's very close indeed. Anita's Prince is number 8, the finisher on the far side, and Habibti is number 6, the finisher on the near side. And I think we may find that the son of Stradivinsky, Anita's Prince, has enabled Lester Piggott to win yet another King's Stand Stakes. But it's very close. See what you think as we review the closing stages with Julian Wilson.
Yes, perhaps the most dramatic race of the meeting. There's no doubt the far side were always in front. Saif Al Arab showing tremendous speed, but Anita's Prince was right there from the very start. Riche showing good speed on the far side. Yellow Domino, the one racing on his own on the stand side, and Willie Carson with perhaps an unfavourable draw, drawn 1, having tracked over to join the ones in the centre of the course, including Sikios, and with, I would think, at least 5 lengths to make up in the last furlong and a half. Saif Al Arab coming to the end of his tether here. Lester just pushing to the front on the far side. And you can see how much Habibti's got to do as they come to the furlong. It must be at least 4 lengths she's got to make up. But a terrific finishing run made this the race of the week. On the far side, Lester goes for his stick on Anita's Prince, and Saif Al Arab's battling on. But here comes Willie on the right. Asks his filly to quicken. Now it's down to 1.5 lengths. Lester goes for everything. And still the filly's running. But the 5 furlongs in the fast ground have just made it perhaps a little bit just too short for her. And Lester won't be beaten now on this Irish horse. They've come to the line with just a paper's width between them. But for me, it's Anita's Prince who's just held on from Habibti in second in a famous race.
Yes, it's desperately close. Lester has gone into the winner's circle. He believes that he's won his 6th King's Stand, which he won first in 1957. Willie Carson talking to John Dunlop there. And clearly the Habibti connection believe that they've just been beaten, but my goodness, it's close. It is very, very close indeed. Just to remind you, if you hear the announcement, Anita's Prince is number 8 and Habibti is number 6, and it's very, very close, and this will very much the outcome help to determine the Ritz Club Charity Trophy. The scores before this race: Willie Carson 3, Steve Cawthon 3, and Lester Piggott 2. As we await the outcome, let's have a look once again. The far side, and he'd hardly tell you. Anita's Prince, Lester on the near side to us, making ground all the time, eating up the ground. Habibti, she had a lot to do to get there. Has she got there? Did she get there? See Lester's look across at Willie. He's thrust that head out of Anita's Prince. Has it been enough? The judge must be calling on a blown-up print to determine this, or he'd have the verdict for us. And here it comes, the result of the Kingstown Stakes. First, number 6, Habibti is 1. Second, number 8, Anita's Prince. And so, there she is, getting an immediate congratulatory pat. Unbelievable. The result, she got there. And so, the result of the Kingstown Stakes is first, number 6, Habibti, owned by Mr. M.A. Mutawa, trained by John Dunlop and ridden by Willie Carson. Second was number 8, Anita's Prince, owned by Mrs. Anita Quinn, trained by Richard Lister in Ireland and ridden by Lester Piggott. And third was number 3, Saif Al Arab, owned by Mr. Mufid Dabagi, trained by Bill O'Gorman and ridden by Taffy Thomas. Officially fourth was number 10, Riche, and I need hardly tell you that the verdict was a short head and 2 lengths. So Habibti got there. Willie Carson rides his 4th winner of the meeting. Habibti, the 5-4 on favourite, and the scores in the Ritz Club Charity Trophy: Willie Carson 4, Steve Cawthon 3, and Lester Piggott 2. So what an amazing climax to that Kingstown Stakes. Habibti, the undisputed sprint champion of Europe, retains her crown with positively a last stride thrust. And I hear my colleague in the neighbouring box to me on the rooftop here at Ascot, Peter Bromley, saying, "I just don't believe it." Well, I must say, I thought she was clearly a short head in arrears, but that amazing last stride thrust just got her there. Habibti by Habitat out of Claressa by Clairon, winner of the 1984 Kingstown Stakes. The full starting prices and the afternoon's results as follows.
Habibti, 5-4 on favourite. Second, number 8, Anita's Prince, 28-1. And third, number 3, Saif Al Arab, 9-1. First, Habibti, 5-4 on favourite. Second, Anita's Prince, 28-1. And third, Saif Al Arab, 9-1. The jackpot number was 406. Pio is now 3-1, has come in half a point from 7-2. Crosby Hill, one we've been looking at, 11-2, that's got out half a point. Follow Me Follow. Now there's a drop, 7-1 from 10s. Yalla 9-1 and going out. Clan Time is 12 again. So is Dunan and 42nd Street. Hilton Brown, Daring Display, Holt Row, Native Hero and Delt are on 14-1. Bold Realm, Time Machine 16-1. Tarquin and Miami Prince 20-1.
Let's have a look at number 14. This is the mount of Tony Ives. Yalla took a little bit of a walk in the market, gone from 8s to 9s. Pretty speedy individual. Ran at Sandown a week ago. That was in a 5 furlong handicap. where he always figured in the front rank, and he kept on well to finish third behind Costalotta and Crosby Hill. Only a length separated them on that occasion. In fact, this Bill Gorman trained colt is still a maiden. Well, I don't think he's going to stop a maiden long this season, because he's got quite a lot of ability. He's running in the colours, the same colours as Saif Al Arab, and if you were watching the King stand with us at the Royal Meeting, in the same colours as him. A pretty fast horse, and so's he. This is, in fact, Miami Prince with Richard Quinn in the saddle. Richard bidding for his 23rd winner of the season here. Miami Prince won at Newmarket in May. That was over 6 furlongs, beating Saturnian by a length. Good animal on his day, but a little bit warm too. The sun, when it comes out, it's still quite close here. Miami Prince in stall 3. It's number 15. Tarquin goes into stall 2. Joe Mercer in the saddle. That could be a little bit of a disadvantage, because, as I say, the middle of the track seems to have been riding much faster here. The handler gives Tarquin a nice pat on the neck, goes nice and quietly into stall 2. Joe, one of our quickest jockeys out of the stalls, and believe you me, number 11, this is Lester Piggott on Dunant. He goes into stall 10, well drawn. I want a quick start here, number 16, the favourite, Padre Pio. And there's an interesting runner. This is 42nd Street. In fact, going in now is Padre Pio. There's 42nd Street on the right of our picture with a stripe. One of our top fillies last year. Padre Pio, 3-1, still favourite. Crosby Hill, 11-2, second favourite. Follow Me Follow, 7-1, 10-1, bar those 3. This filly we're looking at now, in fact, running in Cheveley Park last year at the Newmarket, and finished a good 7th, so she represents the class in the race. And, well, you can see 9 stone 1 to carry here. She's paid the penalty. Nevertheless, I think she's going to run well. She's drawn 11. Willie bid in for his 40th winner of the season. Well on his way to his another 100 yet. And winner of the Ritz Trub Trophy here, leading rider at the Royal Meeting, and a very popular rider he is too. Well, we're going to have a quick start. It's going to be a tense time. Let's join Peter.
42nd Street still to be installed. Just a little bit restive. Hooded. Handlers getting behind her and hustling her in now. That's it. They're all installed. Under starters orders, and they're away. Fast break by Clan Time and Tarquin towards the right of the picture, and Time Machine in the centre with Dunant. Dunant, in fact, showing Lester Piggott in the very centre. Tarquin towards the right with Clan Time. And it's Tarquin and Clan Time from Dunant in the centre. Over on the far side, Yalla running fast from Crosby Hill. But it's Tarquin and Clan Time on the near side. These two with sheepskin nosebands disputing it at the moment. From Dunant in the centre of the course. Hilton Brown's coming there quite strongly, being chased by Daring Display. Daring Display, Hilton Brown, and on the near side, Miami Star is chasing Clan Time. But in the centre now, it's Hilton Brown, who's just hit the front in the centre. Hilton Brown now from Clan Time in second. Hilton Brown from Clan Time. Padre Pio making very good progress over on the far side, but it's Hilton Brown from Padre Pio as they race into the closing stages. Hilton Brown from Padre Pio as they race up towards the line. Hilton Brown holding Padre Pio. Yellow finishing fast, so it's 42nd Street, but at the line. Hilton Brown wins it from Padre Pio, and it's a photo of a third between 42nd Street and Yellow, and behind them came Bold Realm, and then Clan Time and Crosby Hill, and Holt Row looking back to last. It was dealt, and so the result of the Steel Plate and Sections Victory Cup. First, number 9, Hilton Brown. Second, number 16, Padre Pio, and a photograph for third place. A photograph between 42nd Street and Yala. Very close between those two for third, but no doubt about the 1-2. Hilton Brown, the winner of the Steel Plate and Sections Victory Cup from the favourite, Padre Pio. Here's how Hilton Brown, carrying the second colours of Lord McAlpine, won it, reviewed by Julian Wilson.
Well, a big day for Simon Whitworth, a double for him. And on the right, Tarquin and Clan Time, those are the two front runners at this point. And Dunant, who was one of the early leaders, dropping away already in the centre of the course with the white cap. And it's here that the winner starts to make his run, Hilton Brown, drawn 5, and the yellow colours with the green sleeves. The favourite just threading his way through on the far side, just switching towards the outside there, on the inside of the horse with the noseband. And finishing best of all is Willie Carson in the pale colours, as you can see in that centre group. But now the winners come to strike the front from Clantime on this side, with Padre Mio challenging strongly, and Yalla also running fast just behind the leaders. But Hilton Brown's in front, Clantime on the right, Padre Mio. Here comes Willie Carson pumping away behind Padre Mio, and Yalla is the horse on the far side. But having hit the front, Hilton Brown wasn't going to be beaten, and Simon Whitworth, riding with all this confidence, has found it's a big race double day for him at Ascot. In second place, quite clearly, is Padre Mio, but it's a very close thing indeed for third, and Willie Carson's possibly just got there, one from the far side, from Yalla on the far side.
Yes, as Julian says, a great day for Simon Whitworth. He lost his entitlement to claim the full £7 allowance when winning on Fortune's Guest, and that claim reduced to £5, and now completes a double on this 16-to-1 chance. Hilton Brown carrying the second colours of his owner, whose first colours were carried by Daring Display. Hilton Brown by Daring March, who was himself an Ascot winner in his day. Out of Holiday Season by Silly Season, who of course was an Ascot winner as well. It's his first success of the season at his 5th attempt. Clearly handled this very fast ground extremely well. That's Willie in third place there, who's unsaddled. The filly 42nd Street under 9 stone 1, having run a very, very creditable race. This fellow, Hilton Brown, handicap with 8.11, but Simon Whitworth able to claim £5, of course. And officially third was 42nd Street. So the official result: first, number 9, Hilton Brown, owned by Lord McAlpine, trained by Peter Cundall, ridden by Simon Whitworth. Second was number 16, Padre Pio, owned by Mrs. George Ward, trained by David Arbuthnot and ridden by Michael Hills. And third was number 3, 42nd Street, owned by Sir John Astor, trained by Major Dick Hearn and ridden by Willie Carson. Fourth was number 14, Yalla. And the distance is 3 lengths and 3/4 of a length. A real clear-cut victory in this sprint, which has for long been a traditional part of the 5th day of Ascot, the Ascot Heath day after the 4 days at the Royal Meeting. Here now the starting prices.
First, number 9, Hilton Brown, 16-to-1. Second, number 16, Padre Pio, 11-to-4 favourite. Third, number 3, 42nd Street, 14-to-1. And fourth, number 14, Yalla, 10-to-1. Jackpot number 309.